I wanted to do a short follow-up video about why I don't think Gen 1 is going to be a post-game or remake for Ultra Sun and Moon, and I have a few reasons why. Number one, there hasn't been a remake for Generation 4 yet. That's just the most logical next step in the Pokemon remakes. Why would they remake Gen 1 and not Gen 4 or 5? Gen 4 still isn't a fully realized 3D game like Pokemon Sun and Moon is, so that would be the next step. And then of course the Black and White series. If you skip over that, that's kind of silly and it confuses the consumer and things like that. Yes, Pokemon Fire Red and Leaf Green came out a long time ago, but I just don't see Pokemon Red and Blue and Green and Yellow and Generation 1 itself being remade into Ultra Sun and Moon's post-game. Why would it be Kanto? Why wouldn't it be Johto? Why wouldn't it be Hone? Why wouldn't it be the other regions? There's no real reason. Number two, a lot of people cite Lt.Surge's gym as the reason for this. This is basically why I'm making this video. And while Game Freak is well known for borrowing designs from previous iterations of the game and nods and callbacks and things like that, that's not really 100% of a reason to think that there's going to be a remake or a post game. There is Nugget Bridge, a nod to the original Nugget Bridge. There's Red and Blue, the trainers, the champions, in, again, Sun and Moon. And if we had thought when the original Sun and Moon was releasing, when we saw that promotional material, seeing that champion Blue and Red were in the game itself, standing in front of a tree without a lot of knowledge, we probably would have assumed the same exact thing. But that's not true. They were just a battle mechanic. Just like in a lot of games where they had the World Tournament in Black and White, and they had the Battle Tree in Sun and Moon. So, to say the least, sitting here and looking at these callbacks and saying, well, that's 100% evidence that there's going to be a Gen 1 remake or a post-game Kanto, that's pretty silly. And the final reason that I want to cite here, and to kind of explain how there could potentially be somewhat of a callback, a post-game, or a not. So, Vermilion City is unique in that it is a port city. That means you can take a ship to it. Now, there are two entrances into the city, and the rest goes out to the water, wherever that decides to go. The map's pretty wonky, to say the least, but the point is there's only two entrances into the city aside from the Diglett Tunnel. If you block off those entrances and those exits, then if a player were to come in with a boat, then they could not leave. And Pokemon's been very well known for blocking off entrances and exits. What if they did do a simple callback and allowed you to take a ship over to Kanto, and for whatever reason you had to go to Vermilion City? I don't know why you would, but they would put you in a situation where you would have to go and talk to someone. That's why you go to Lt.Surge's gym and things are completely different. And the trainer that the player, the protagonist, is talking to in that picture is apparently a dragon trainer more than anything else. So again, not Lt.Surge, not an electric trainer. So even though the gym might look like Lt.Surge's, and it very well could be, what ends up happening is that the player just goes to Vermilion City, gets locked into that little city part so that Nintendo can explore and experiment with their potential to remake other gens into a 3D reality. I mean, there's no questioning that they have a lot of nostalgia for their original Gen 1 creation, and that's probably why they want to keep remaking it and keep using newer technology to reimagine it. Other games have done this before. In San Andreas, there was a way where you would take a plane and go back to Liberty City, but once again, you were cut off from the entire city, so you only went to a small part. It was a nice little nod. Same with Super Metroid. When Super Metroid kicked off, you were going back to Planet Zuppies. Now, the planet was way different from when you were there before, but there was a nice nod in the original where you went down and you went down the elevator and it was like the original game, the very first game. These are nods that Nintendo and Game Freak and Pokemon all like to do, and this is no surprise to me that this might be a nod also. So I can see it as being something where the player would have to get on the ship, go to Vermilion City, and do something. Will he be challenging the gyms? Probably not. Will you be accessing the entire region? Probably not. The only reason, the absolutely only reason I could see a Kanto post-game is due to the poor reception of Ultra Sun and Moon. A lot of people wanted something else, and it really really broke down the creator. He was hurting, man. He wasn't happy about what had happened, and he had heard all the feedback. So maybe they're rushing to put a Kanto postgame in. I don't know. That would be the only explanation I could come up with as to why it would get in there. But I thought I would give my thoughts and opinions on this, ladies and gentlemen, since a lot of people are interested in a Kanto postgame instead of a remake or something like that. So there you go, ladies and gentlemen. I hope you guys enjoyed the video. I've been your host, Protomario, and I'm signing up. Please make sure to like and share this to any Pokemon fans. I'm sure they would love this news. You guys have yourselves a great day. And once again, I've been your host, Protomario, and I'm signing out. As always, good gaming. God bless, and thank you for watching.